guys?
I'm Mike Bramante.
We're up in the Bronx. Mike is in Riverdale.
We're in the Boogie Down Bronx, right? I came all the way up here so we could do a multimedia podcast.
Hey, man. How about that Metro North, though?
Metro North is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
You know what? I take the train all the way up here, and then you're not there waiting for me at the train station. But you know what? It actually did me a favor because it gave me a moment to take it all in.
That's what I said.
And there's a nice view.
I said take in the sights. It's beautiful. How often do you get to come to Riverdale?
I don't get to come very often, but I did like the sights. It was nice, fresh air. There's some water, some foliage. I mean, that was the best one of my life. I actually wish you didn't pick me up.
It's a fall paradise up here, and we're sitting in my father's apartment, and we're just with my father, and we're just having a good time. You know, we're doing a multimedia production. We got a high quality camera setup. It's the first time we haven't podded in a car since I don't even know when.
I have no idea. We're outside of the mobile studio, and this lens is right up in our grill.
Oh, it's great. I'm just trying to, move around, get cozy. I haven't been on a couch while podding for a while.
This is a nice couch. You can really sink into.
You can sit down. You can put your feet up. I can take your shoes off before you do that.
No, the fans want to see the Jordans.
Yeah, you gotta see the Jordans. So a lot of stuff going on in the world. Mike and I were discussing topics before because that's our preparation. We take the 10 seconds before we hit record,
and we say, "What should we talk about this week?" And I said it was like fall, and you're like, all right, that's good enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do less.
But we are getting into the holiday season. Mike had a little treat happen this week that only to be ripped away. It turned out he thought he was getting a present. Turned out to be coal in his stocking.
All right, well, I guess we're just gonna get into it.
Yeah.
But yesterday I was like, oh, check out this girl who followed me on Instagram. She's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Blah blah blah. Obviously, like she's real and like wants to be with me. And then
I DM'd her shortly after.
Yeah. Well, when you saw her, you're like, holy cow! You're like, this is insane. Blah blah blah. And then so I was riding that high for a little bit, but then I was like, I showed a couple other people, and then they were like, dude, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
And it looked like some of the pictures were photoshopped and whatever, and they kind of... But here's the thing, guys are idiots. We're idiots. We can't pick up on anything. I showed one of our friends, comedian, she's a girl, and she looked at it for 2 seconds. She goes, oh, this is not the same woman in both pictures.
Sure, but I do think that when there's a hot girl, guys want her to be real.
Of course.
So we're not looking for the signs. And girls want that girl to not exist.
Right.
So they're only looking for the signs.
Right.
So
the truth is somewhere in the
middle. Yeah, sometimes we miss the obvious cues, but I think girls sometimes find things that aren't there.
Well, she was like, oh, there's different eye colors in this picture than that picture. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't... Blue and brown, that's the same color. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the hair colors.
I'm dying over here.
What happened? That split pea's about
to...
You need to take a drink. Take a drink.
All right. Quick break. I feel like coffee to clear the throat.
Yeah, I think that's true. But then, then she'll point out things in her profile, like, oh, look, she's like hashtagging hot girl or something like that. You don't want to be with her anyways. I'm like, let's focus on the identity. I don't really care about the personality at this point.
You don't want to be with a girl that hashtags hot girl when she's not hot. But if she's hot,
she's just being objective.
Yeah, she's confident.
Boy, she's honest.
She knows who she is.
Right.
Self-aware.
But it was just one of those things where, whatever. It didn't seem off until you really dug into it. But then then you go through the stages of denial where it's like, oh no, she's definitely still real.
Let me get water.
Yeah, you gotta pause this production.
No. Tell the people about it.
I can't. What am I, Tim Dillon over here? I can't be doing a solo pod.
You can do it solo. I got confidence in you.
You're all right. He's got confidence in me. So the thing is, you go through the stages of denial on this thing because at first you're like, oh, she's definitely real. People are naysaying. You're like, no, she's real. Of course, she's gonna be hitting me up. Then you're like, okay, maybe she's not real, but the girl in this profile is real. So me and that girl are meant to be together, no matter what, right? So the person behind the girl is not the girl, but the girl in the profile is still meant for me.
Oh, okay. So
you know what I'm saying?
You think you have the connection with.
That's why I have a connection
Got
with.
it.
Right. even though
nothing
this person,
to do with the conversation.
even though this person stole this girl's profile, this girl, whoever she is a real person.
This girl,
and this is just our meet cute. This
but
is our story.
Isn't it a combination? Isn't she a combination? Because then you say it was
here's the
like
thing, and then because then the third level is maybe this.
She's like a mythical creature.
This
this
person
head of a beautiful girl and the body of a hot one.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. And I think that's what it is. Because so then I talked to some girls at work and I was like, I don't think this is a real person. And then what they do is, girls again, they're like the greatest detectives of all time. So then they're like cropping out her pictures, then they're like reverse Google imaging them, and then it's like it shows up where it's like a body of a model and it's like her like some face like put on top of the model. Right. They're like, we should hire this girl as a graphic designer. She's creative.
Well, you know how that's funny.
Yeah.
You know how like guys will stalk hot girls?
Right.
Girls also stalk hot girls.
Right.
To prove that they're not real.
Yeah, they prove that they're not real.
They just want to establish that none of these girls exist.
And they did that.
And they did, and I'm doubting it. Now when I see a hot girl on the street, I'm like, where's the projector?
I'm still not convinced, though. I still think she might be real.
Oh, I'm still holding out hope.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I do think, guys, we just want her to be real.
Right.
Even though it's not me.
Right.
This is the most supportive I've ever been of you. Every time you were saying there was a naysayer, I'm like, nah.
Okay, so then, we're asking, everyone's, weighing in on their opinions, and, so one of our friends, we were at a birthday party last night, one of our friends was like, do you think Mike could get a girl like this reach out to him out of the blue? And he was like, our one friend was like, no, like he not out of the blue, but if they get to know him, maybe. And then you were like,
well, yeah, out of the blue is the only shot you have.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I think I could only see that happening out of the blue.
So it
would be way crazier if that girl was DMing you after she met you at a party. That would make no sense. But the fact that she just saw you on Instagram and DM'd you, or you did, whatever, however it came about.
Yeah, what you're saying is like on the surface, yes, it could happen.
Well, it's like this guy's, he's a good looking guy, he's pretty cool, he does comedy.
Right.
And then they get to know you and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made a mistake.
Right, exactly. So, so then there was that, and I agree with you on that. Because, I can open some doors to, some perfect tens, but then it's not going to last but longer than 1 or 2 doors. Let me tell you something, those doors get closed pretty quick.
They slam shut, actually.
I get shown the door.
Yeah.
It's
like a vault after they close, too. Can't ever get that thing open.
It's like Fort Knox.
Yeah. You need a fucking stethoscope and a genius. Yeah, to do that.
No, that's gonna be. You need Ocean's 11 to crack.
Yeah. Goddamn locksmith.
So anyways, I think and it's never good. It feels weird. That's why this is another thing with social media. Like, we have public profiles, we're putting clips out there. People reach out to you, and a lot of it's nice, and it's like, you get some people saying that you're funny, whatever, but then you get some creeps or some whatever, I don't know, bots or whoever these people are that are not real, and they're trying to scam you in some way.
Yeah, well, every time someone says anything positive to me, I just assume it's a bot.
Yeah, right.
And anytime someone says anything negative, I assume it's like my closest friend who made a burner.
I'm still not convinced, you guys aren't behind this, whoever this catfish is.
I know, Mike Teo. He's getting catfish. That was pretty funny, but...
I would never get catfished where it was like, I met up with the person, because I would sniff these things out. Quick
PSA, if you ever have a scratch in your throat, use water.
Right.
Not coffee, because the water worked immediately.
Yeah.
But the coffee made it worse.
I mean, you were hacking up a lung over there, and then I had to solo pod, and I was self-conscious.
I thought the split pea might have been poisoned. I was nervous for a second.
Well, the split pea, it's
still where's the antidote? Here's the split pea antidote.
The split pea almost took you out.
Yeah.
If you get taken out by a split pea, I mean, you deserve to die.
Nah, split pea's a hard soup. It's thick.
Yeah.
The ham.
The ham is, it's chunky.
Split pea, it sounds softer than it is, I'm telling you. If you get taken out by a minestrone, no, what's a thin
or a
soup?
Borscht, like a borscht.
An Italian wedding. That sounds like what would take you out, though.
Borscht would take you out.
Italian wedding.
Italian wedding, yeah.
Puts you in the back.
But
a couple
take
bullets,
the
a couple of meatballs.
Take the guns, leave the Italian wedding.
We found him with pasta shells all over him and meatballs in his skull. What's the other? Wait, was Borscht? Yeah, Borscht will take you out.
Yeah, borscht will take you out.
And no one will know. No one will hear of it.
No, because that's just how it tastes. It tastes like poison.
You should be careful.
Shows are also like poison.
You should be careful. Because I think if you're a journalist that's spreading hate about Borscht, they'll get rid of you.
Oh, yeah.
And you're that person.
I mean, I'm surprised I haven't been taken up by Borscht
I know,
yet.
that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where are we going with this? Oh, Mike getting catfished, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that was something that
Happened.
and I should be incredibly embarrassed. But
Yeah.
no, I'm not. But, you know, we're trying to tell the truth here of what happens in our lives. So, you know, you get a hot girl that likes one of your clips. You think that you're going to live happily ever after, and then you realize moments later that it was never real to begin with.
Right.
And then you're jaded once again.
Speaking of this internet mumbo-jumbo, the New York Post was hacked this week.
Right. And
which is crazy because as a paper as esteemed as the New York Post, you got to assume that they're like Fort Knox.
sure, they should be a vault.
So if they get hacked, you got to imagine anyone could get hacked.
Well, the thing is like they are unhackable because somebody made this point on sports radio.
Yeah, I think it was Carlton, actually.
But they already operate like they're hacked. All their headlines are insane.
You can't tell if it's hacked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's from, I think, Craig Carton. Credit to that point. But that is hilarious to me.
Right.
That you have no idea if they're hacked because their headlines are the exact same.
They're the exact same.
Yeah.
Because it's like a tabloid, but it's also like real.
It just, nothing makes sense. And then it's also just funny that they got, whoever hacked them
Yeah.
is so fun.
Oh, they're the best.
Because, what they said, I think it was, like, super offensive. It seems 4chan-y,
It is,
you know, but it is fun where it's like, we hacked a newspaper not to steal money, but just to make hilarious headlines that will roll.
I did see some
eyebrows.
very interesting headlines, and it was all about some guy getting fired for a job because he was too well endowed or something like that. And
Wait,
it's like,
what do you mean well endowed? Because his dick was too big?
Yeah, like there was like headlines like that.
Well, that I'm for.
I mean, it was based on me, so
yeah, I didn't know the New York Post got a step up, but they took a step up in credibility.
Right.
Yeah. It's finally starting to make sense.
I'm getting fired from jobs left and right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why that girl matched with you, because she saw, who's calling me? Who the hell is this?
Come on, that's a fake number. Unless that's could be
I'm
fake business.
I'm not getting catfished. No, it probably is fake business. Should I take a work call for the pod?
Yeah, take one.
You have to be quiet, though.
All right, fine.
Hello, this is Jake speaking. Yep. Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Could I call you in like 20 minutes at 6? Alright, sounds good. This is the best number? Alright.
Oh. My boss is calling me. I gotta call her.
Are you doing a work call?
Yeah.
Alright, these are gonna be two I clammed up immediately because it's a real person.
She said SOS, so something might be... Yes, how are we?
Michael,
Yeah.
we have a serious emergency situation.
What's happening?
Were you just at the gym?
I was not.
What were you doing?
I'm in the middle of a podcast.
Even better. Okay, are you ready for this?
I don't know. This is gonna be on this is gonna be on the pod.
Okay, this should be on the pod. Can I call into the pod?
You're in. You're in. Jake's here. You're in.
Am I in the pod?
How's it
Yeah.
going?
Oh my god, this is perfect. This is amazing. Okay, so obviously I had to tell Jordan about your catfish, right? Because he met you, went to your show, was your biggest fan, and every day we say happy hump day.
Oh yes, of course.
Right. Jordan from the show.
We were just talking about the catfish on the pod, by the way.
Okay, perfect. So I'm calling in to give a follow-up to the catfish story.
Yeah.
So I was telling Jordan about the catfish, and I sent him the her Instagram, and then the Google image reverse search
Right.
to show that it was a catfish, right?
Correct.
And he goes, "Oh my God, wait! I know the real Serena. She's
What?
in LA." The catfish's girl is named Serena. So, turns out, Serena is a real person.
Wow.
And it's a really sad story. Her college boyfriend leaked her nudes, and
Oh my
now
God.
her face and her body is used on all these catfish accounts since 2013.
That's insane.
Insane, right? So every single time that this shit, so now like this poor girl, honestly.
Yeah,
her,
disaster.
like, yeah, disaster. So
This is a work call.
that's Serena's face on the wall of her body.
We have a cool company.
Yeah, this is quite cool.
That's a disaster. Now, who's the real Serena? Because, I feel like me and her might be meant for each other.
So, fun fact, she actually has an IMDb. Apparently, she's been featured in a few
Pornos?
films. Yeah. She may or may not be married, unclear.
Got it.
Yeah, unclear.
Jake's
but,
pulling her up right now.
that's it. I'm
Wow.
happy to get her phone number for you.
No, I'm out.
No. We'll go ahead and take that number.
You want the phone number?
Yeah.
No.
Alright, I'll get you the phone number, and then you can call her and you can bring her on the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just as a follow-up story.
Yeah, it's a follow-up story.
Wow, this is insane.
Alright, I just wanted to let you know.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you
Thanks.
for the
Good timing.
Thank you for the extensive research. I also told Jake this was a work call, and now he doesn't know what type of company we have.
We're private investigators.
We're private investigators. We're PIs. We're PIs.
Snap listings if you ever need a PI.
You're going to have to listen to this week's episode.
I absolutely will.
All right.
Every episode.
Oh, well.
I have no idea what your podcast is called.
Sophie, why don't you go ahead and give her the info?
Yeah, thanks for listening.
All right, thank you for the research.
Bye.
Bye.
Listeners.
Wow, we got the full story on the
Isn't that
pod. That was
crazy?
great.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're telling the truth. I told you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And we got to get the phone number. We got to call her on the next pod.
Well, I mean, we got to see
Do you
who
want
she
to call
actually
her
is.
first? I'll give you a call. You can prepare her for...
I'm not calling. This woman is being traumatized by everybody stealing
She's
her
got to
identity.
be over it by now. It's been going on since 2013. It's 10 years. Fucking took it 10 years to get to you. I mean, I'm insulted. I've never got...
Yeah, why haven't you gotten
I know. I
catfished
feel like a loser. I can't even get catfished by a hot girl.
I mean, you're a nobody if you haven't been catfished by Serena.
She's been catfishing people for legitimately a decade.
Yeah.
And it's never made its way...
Imagine being so good looking that people are just,
that you have catfishing standards?
No, but I'm just saying, like, you're being used to catfish people for a decade. That's how good looking you are.
Yeah, but also for the catfishes, catfish oars.
Yeah,
Is that who's doing the catfish?
right?
For the catfish oars to be like, well, it just wouldn't be realistic if we messaged this guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting messages because they're like, oh,
Well, right.
Clearly.
Well, I think that's
we
true.
wouldn't message. Yeah,
I think that's true.
I'm insulted.
I think it's true because it's like they gotta believe that they
It's gotta be believable.
that they can get somebody
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
And like obviously, I'm like, oh yeah, she saw a clip. Like obviously,
Mike was It's so funny to just how excited you were.
well, because I
About
think
it.
I've been getting.
Mike was like, because Mike's been on a couple dates this week, and he's like, oh, forget her.
That's not
I found
true.
the one.
That's not true at all.
It's 100%.
No. I'm just saying that I got people reaching out. Is what I'm saying.
No.
And I should be honored that I'm trying to get catfished. I think that means I made it.
Yeah, I guess. However you want to slice it. Just remember, there's a guy out there banging the real Serena.
Well, yeah.
And she's got an IMDb page.
Right, but she said she's been in some films. What kind of films we
Some
talking?
skin films.
Oh.
No, I don't know. She's probably been in, like, Disney. I don't know. Something
She's
in
like a
between.
Disney princess.
Yeah,
She's like
Disney
Belle
princess.
from...
She was too attractive
Beauty and
to
the
not...
She's
Just be
Disney
paid,
princess level.
Right. Yeah, so I love that we got the full story, and it's still not over, so check in next week. We'll try to get Serena on the horn. Call in. We're going to take... Because So this is another thing I want to talk about. The Yankees, they lost to the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
Which is very depressing. I'm a big Yankee fan. It's
Well-
the only team I care about. I did notice that baseball is dead. because I went to a few bars to watch the games, and they were just completely empty.
Right.
Um,
We were there watching some games together.
Yeah, and so it's sad to see the Yankees get knocked out. But during this, I got reunited with one of my true loves, which is sports radio, specifically WFAN. And I would like do less to go down that. That's why we'll take calls now.
Sports radio is great.
You could call in. The difference with sports radio is it's a scheduled time. For us, you just have to be calling us all the time.
Right.
And if we happen to be podcasting, you're on the pod.
Hey, we'll have you on the pod, but
I just answered a random number and put it on the pod.
Yeah, but we're not gonna organize it. You just gotta get lucky. You just gotta have good timing. Do less, have good timing.
Do less, have a good time. I mean, yeah, it's. I wish I took that, but it would have just been a serious work call, and I didn't want to give people too big a beat. Yours was fun. Mine would have been like, oh, and where are you looking, and what's your budget, and all that stuff.
Right. Well, now Well, listen, our company, we're private investigators, so
PIs.
We're building a real estate empire.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick.
Catfish
by catfish.
Yeah. Fucking catfish hunter over here.
Yeah.
So so sports radio, WFN. It's the best. And that's what I think. I think these guys, this is another thing, they're the funniest people on the planet, maybe.
Right.
But they use sports as like their medium to be funny. It's very interesting because comedy, there's really no medium. It's whatever you find funny.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something about like clinging to this one universal thing that you can riff on.
Right.
Kind of like what we do less in a way. We always come back to the act of doing less. They always just come back to sports and then say the funniest shit.
Everything is just a vehicle to be funny.
Yeah.
It's like, any TV show, like the league, the fantasy football league is not. It's just the vehicle for them to act like degenerates.
Right. And it's just very there, and that is sort of like our forefathers.
Right.
Are these sports radio guys, because those are like in my opinion, like, I mean, and then even from there you got like the Howard Sterns of the world and people like that did these radio shows that didn't have to do with sports but ran like podcasts. But like these sports radio shows were like the first podcast.
I love sports radio because, it's old timey. I remember like growing up falling asleep to sports radio, like JT the Brick, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Mike Francesa. It's just people ranting, and you just need an outlet, right? So they just need something to rant about. And it could be, Aaron Judge Kane in the postseason. It doesn't really matter.
Well, the call-ins are the best.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of guys who are like, do whatever. I mean, it could be any. That's what's beautiful about it is it could be a hedge fund CEO or a construction worker, but they sound the exact same. They just like the thickest New York accent.
Thick New York, Italian.
They're going off. Because everyone, it's like their 5 minutes, of fame, so they like really come to put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just always like this like photographic memory genius of like remembering the exact moment, and they're like, they know Mariano had 37 pitches in the bottom of the 8th in the 2013 ALCS, and they'll reference something like that.
Right.
That's so specific, and then make like the dumbest point. They're like, that's why batters got to stop wearing boxer briefs. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right, like
so that is my favorite.
Judge is swinging like a fucking girl.
Yeah. This guy is basically, one guy came on and was just saying that Judge. This is very inside for
whatever
people who are baseball fans, but Judge, he kind of choked in the postseason, and it's like anybody could have a regular season like that. Anybody. And it's like he literally had a historic record-breaking...
He hit the most home runs in American League history, and he was like a point away from the triple crown. But he's like, anyone could do
He's like, anyone could do that.
Yeah.
Anyone. But it's so funny because it's the dumbest point
My
ever.
grandmother
But
could
he's
have a good
referencing
season.
the exact stats. He's
right,
like,
of course.
His OPS was 1298. He hasn't had, and anybody could do that. Anybody. I'm like, what are you talking about? I love it.
The announcer's like, come on, Frank from New Jersey. Not everybody can do this.
Yeah.
The guy had a historic season.
Oh, it's the best. So, sports radio, it's just, I think it's like a dream job, honestly.
And who listens to sports radio anymore?
People that drive. I think a lot of, because so many people call in, you got to imagine a lot of people drive, or it's gotten to a point where the only people that listen now call in.
Right. I think that's what it is. Like,
it might be.
I'm telling you, there's only like hundreds of people listening.
But that makes it even more fun because it is this nice community.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, Frank from Huntington, Long Island's on again.
Right, exactly.
Like, you start to know
They
these
call
people.
them characters by their first name and where they're from.
Yeah.
But they can do only one frame, because there's not that many people. Right, so, but it's like, used to be the lines used to be jammed up, but now, like, I think we could call right now. And
Should we try to call?
Yeah, call W Fed, call Francesa.
No, I don't have. Well,
I don't know, how do we call in?
We'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, I love. I just love it. It's just the most fun job, and it's just like I said, it's the communal aspect. It just gets to be great, and yeah. There was something else I had to add, but I forgot it.
Well, it's just guys that need to, like, you know.
This
have a community,
but episode is for a very specific person. We've touched on New York Post and sports radio. It's for, like, people that are literally, like, on construction sites and in the cop car waiting.
Good. Maybe
we're
we're a podcast for unions.
We're for the blue collar worker.
We're big union guys.
Yeah,
do less, be in a union.
Yeah, be in a union.
Because you don't have to do anything if you're in a union, because you have ultimate immunity. All you have to do is go outside of a building and blow up a rat and chill there.
That is a big part of the job.
That's a huge part. That's might be like the biggest job.
Yeah, that is. I remember one of my friends does work construction, and he had to do the rat thing.
Yeah. And
he kept coming to my house every day at like 11 a.m. to drop to shit.
I know, we've already talked about this.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Do less repeat stories.
Yeah, do less, only talk about one thing. Yeah, so... Whatever.
I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to be more, like, vulnerable on the pod, so I told something embarrassing about myself this week. And, you know, now I'm just completely open to this world.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to get it out of you. We had something else. We had something else we wanted to talk about.
Yankees, do less podcast. Oh, yeah, well, you know, listen. Jake's going to be a little shy about this, but he got, big honor this week, Comics to Watch, New York Comedy Festival. It's all right, I got it last year.
Mike got it last year. But now the Do Less is 100% commented. Both hosts have been in a Comic to Watch.
That's right.
So make sure you watch.
100%.
That's why we're doing video.
Yeah, Comics to Rewatch.
Yeah, Comics to Rewatch. We do video now because we're Comics to Watch.
Right.
And before, only one of us was Comics to Watch, so it wasn't fair to have video.
That's a good point.
Because then it would just be a video of Mike.
Right.
But I talk a lot, so you just see Mike, but hear me.
But if we just saw me on the camera, maybe our pod would start getting catfished by some...
That's true, we didn't want to get catfished.
Yeah.
So now we even out a little.
We're even out a little.
But then you could watch both of us.
Right, exactly.
So we have the cameras on.
So yeah, Comics to Watch, New York Comedy Festival, congrats, you know.
Thank you.
It's coming up, I don't know, in a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, it'll be fun, whatever, who cares. It's dumb, but it'll be fun, I'm excited about it. More exciting about that, though, first of a few plugs, probably, is we do have our group chat show around the same time for New York Comedy Festival. So get tickets to that. It's at New York Comedy Club, November 12th, 5 p.m. It's going to be a hot show. And
listen, with daylight savings time, I'm pretty sure it's going to be dark at 5
It's going to be dark out.
So you might as well.
The beauty of the 5 p.m. show is the group chat's big. Huge.
Massive.
So we're going to have hours after the show to meet all the fans.
Right.
So that's why we did 5 p.m. Because we thought about doing primetime 8 p.m., but then we're going to be out till 4 a.m. Whatever.
Meeting and greeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Mike has to go get catfished by half the audience or whatever, and I have to go get ignored by half the audience. But we're going to need the time after, so come out 5 o'clock, November 12th, New York Comedy Club.
East Village.
Gramercy.
Yeah, so that's going to be a hot show. That's in the festival.
And people know it's going to be such a hot show that they already asked us to do group chat Atlantic City, January 28th.
This is the thing, is
the show's on the road, folks.
We're taking the show on the road.
Get the show on the road.
We've done it at Caroline's, and it'll be at
New York Comedy Club,
Festival, and then Atlantic City Theater. In a theater. 500 seat
We're only going up. You know what's next?
Madison Square Garden.
I was thinking of something else.
Yeah.
It's the logical next step.
It's the logical next step. They're probably going to curtain off all the seats, and it'll just be like a stage. But
no. We would sell out MSG.
True, good point.
But that show would have to be at like 10 a.m. probably.
Yeah, because how are we going to do all the meet and greets?
Yeah, meeting the fans.
Yeah.
Tough.
So be on the lookout for more group chat shows.
Yeah, we're going to start selling merch, and by that.
It could be printed
Here's
out.
the thing.
It could be printed
It's
out
actually a
conversations
test.
of our
It's actually
text.
a test. It's good that you're listening to the pod. Everyone who's listening to the pod, you're in the inner circle.
That's true.
Because when we sell merch, it's not to make money. It's to see who we have no respect for. Because if you buy merch from our group text, you're a fucking loser. That's how I look at it. So we're selling merch to see who's an idiot.
Yeah, right. Who is the biggest loser out there?
And the more whoever spends the most money on merch is officially the biggest loser.
Invite him to the show.
And also, good sales tactic, reverse psychology.
Right.
We don't want you to buy it.
No,
Fucking
don't buy
idiots.
it. Yeah, come
You're
on.
an idiot if you buy this.
Yeah, don't buy it.
Yeah, prove it to us.
Yeah. You won't buy them?
Yeah, you won't buy this.
I don't even know what the merch is yet. We haven't even created it.
I think it's got to be something like stickers.
Yeah.
And maybe
T-shirts?
T-shirts is a little much because
Hat.
they take
Maybe
up
a
a lot
hat.
of room.
Maybe a hat.
And so if we go to AC, we're gonna have to drive both ways with a full trunk because no one's buying anything. We're gonna have it'll be fully stocked both ways.
I'd like a hat.
Hat would be cool, but it's also kind of lame. Honestly, wearing it too, like wearing my own merch for a group text feels kind of lame.
What would it say? The hat say a group text on the group
It would just
chat?
maybe be the little logo of the 5 of us.
No.
That's cute as hell.
It is pretty
Should we all
cute.
get a ring and each of our own little avatars on the ring, and then we have to do like the Wonder Twins?
I wonder. No,
The Wonder Twins.
no, I don't think we should have rings. Rings are kind of light in their loafers, but
That's true,
I
that's
would maybe get a pendant.
Here's the thing about
Chain.
rings. Rings are semi anti-do less for men at least, because if you wear one ring, unless it's a wedding ring, but if you wear like a ring, it's kind of light in the loafers, as you said.
Right.
But if you wear like 15 rings, that guy has more sex than anybody.
Right. Well, that's like Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz, Jack Sparrow.
So, right.
It's always like a musician that just like
They have a million rings.
Yeah, he's somehow like has studied the Kama Sutra in the mountains. He's just been having sex since he was a child.
But if you have one ring, that's probably like a class ring, and you're a nerd.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Even 2 rings, it's like it's either
you have to have
it's either
you
just
have to have
a wedding ring,
innumerable amount of
or
rings,
so many rings you can barely see your fingers.
Right.
Yeah,
I would agree.
it looks like brass knuckles.
Yeah, you got to be
like a glove, a glove of metal.
Yeah, no, I agree completely.
Yeah.
So that's why one ring is no good. I'm not down with that.
Yeah, that's why Lord of the Rings is fucking gay. It's one ring to rule them all. All right.
I didn't know this was a.
Some people say it's because it's a fantasy thing. I'm like, yeah, no, it's the ring. It's the ring that does it for me. That is.
Yeah, I'm out on rings.
Yeah, rings are pretty dumb.
Yeah.
That's why if I get married, I'm going no ring.
Yeah, I'm ringless.
Maybe a cock. Alright, that's it. That's it.
Maybe edit that one out. Maybe edit that one out.
I'm done. I'm done. We're not editing. First thing about it.
No, you're editing that part.
No. That was innocent. That was innocent.
Alright, you're right. Whatever.
You know?
I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. People always say it, but
Yeah.
whatever. Sorry.
Do less text on the pod.
Oh, what time is it? Because I do have to take this call. Alright, we're already over time, but we could go a little more. Any last things you want to riff on?
Oh, well, one of our friends is, do we spoil what he's doing today?
Yeah, we could cut that out if...
Well, speaking of gay guys, Ben Kirschman.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, fucking Lord of the Flings. He's not been dating this girl. Been dating a teenager for years.
I mean, the group chat was on fire today, talking about his spoiler alert proposal later today.
Right.
It hasn't even happened yet, but we're revealing it on the pod because it's not.
Well, it's gonna come out Monday,
right?
And we know Rachel. Are we allowed to say names?
Well, you just did.
We could bleep.
We could bleep.
Maybe I bleep.
You could bleep.
No cut.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You bleep some of this.
I'll bleep some of this.
Yeah.
She is clearly a listener of the podcast.
Right, obviously.
So we're gonna put this out Monday.
Right. And she's getting proposed to in a couple hours. He's doing it in the dark when he should be doing it at dusk.
Well, this is the thing. He is probably gonna get mugged.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then they're gonna see the ring, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, this wasn't worth it. We're gonna bring it back."
Yeah, and then they're gonna see the grain of sand. He's calling a wedding ring, and give it right back to him, and say, "Sorry, I'm trying to make money, not." take up room in my pocket. But the thing is, he showed me the ring.
I need more money. I need more room in my pocket.
It's kind of a catch-22 because it doesn't even take up that much room.
I know.
But the ring does. It all comes back to the ring.
Well, the ring actually looks massive. Based on that picture he sent us.
These boxes now, they have a light.
Yeah.
There's like a little light installed.
Right.
So it makes it look like it's like hiding souls in the diamond. It's like glowing. It looks like someone's trapped
It's
in
like
there.
a ring in a Disney movie.
Yeah, it's insane.
So, like, he's gonna... it's like an optical... That's why I said it was like an optical illusion, because he's gonna open the box, and it's gonna be... Like, just that light is gonna be blasting everywhere, so it's gonna look huge. It's like projected.
And then some guy's gonna steal it and just be like, man... This is, I feel like I got fucked.
You tell you what, I got catfished on this robbery.
They're gonna catfish the ring. Get catfish on the ring. Because you can see the light that's in the box, you can see from space.
Yeah.
And you need a magnifying glass to actually see the ring.
You open the box and it's like shines a light on the moon. If the moon is covered by the skies, it opens them up.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll go well.
No, it's gonna go well.
And they're a beautiful couple, so I wish the best for them.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm mad because I'm supposed to be spending the rest of my life with Ben, not some broad, you know.
No, I'm happy. Bro.
No, we're happy. We're happy. You know, Rachel's the best.
Yeah, we'll bleep the name.
We'll bleep the names.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, whatever.
Anything else we want to say? I think we're good. Get tickets to group chat November 12th.
November 12th, 5 p.m. Only real people come to that.
No, Catfish could buy tickets.
Yeah, true.
You could buy tickets, just don't show up.
Yeah.
They won't make
Do less, don't show up.
They won't make any sense.
It's going to be like the metaverse, because it's like, you know, like we said, we're going to be performing in front of bots. Like, I did do a metaverse show this week.
Yeah, Mike did a metaverse show this week.
And I was doing act-outs in the metaverse. I'm more physical in the metaverse than I am actually on Earth.
Interesting.
Because I can move my avatar around.
Oh, your avatar's acting out?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I was Maniscalco of the metaverse. I might be a metaverse comic.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
Mikey Metaverse.
The first thing I'm going to do if I go into the metaverse, the first thing I'm doing is hanging myself. My avatar is going to completely be done with it upon arrival.
You got to hang your avatar in the metaverse.
That would be the funniest thing, to just agree to do that show. Be like, yeah, I'll do the show. And then
you just
see your avatar like tying a rope to a pole, and it's like just like during somebody else's set.
And then you're just hanging there.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, that's a good way to end. All right, do less out there on November 12th.